Example 3. Tickets to the Civic Center Auditorium for a rock concert were $19 for seats near the front and $14 for rear seats. There were 525 more rear seats sold than front seats, and sales for all totaled 31,770. How many of each kind of ticket were sold? All right, we read through the problem. Now let's start to pick out the important information. We have a value of money here, another value of money, something about 525 more, and we have our favorite word, total. So what are we totaling here in this 31,770? Well, we are totaling the rear seats plus the front seats. Instead of making a chart here, I might kind of write a word version of my equation. I want the front seats plus the rear seats to total 31,770. Now hold on, this is in money, so I want the money of the rear seats plus the money of the front seats to total 31,770. So let's go back through and try to find our money. It says tickets to the concert were $19 for seats near the front. So these front seats were $19 times however many that we sold, compared to the rear seats, which were $14 times however many we sold. That's how we get the 31,770. So let's figure out how many of each seat were sold. That's the part we're missing. So it says there were 525 more rear seats sold than front seats. So in my mind, I would make front seats X, and I would make rear seats the X plus 525, since there were 525 more rear seats sold. As you solve down through this problem, and make sure you distribute here, that's a biggie, have those parentheses and distribute, I got X to equal 740. So now let's go back and look for our question. How many each kind of ticket were sold? We need to make sure we answer it fully. So the 740 represents what? We'll go back to what X is. X represented the number of front seats. So 740 front seats. Where is our representation of the rear seats? Well, right here. X plus 525. So 740 plus 525 would be 1,265 rear seats. So verify the question. How many of each kind of ticket were sold? There we go. 740 front seats, 1,265 rear seats.